Started right now. There she goes, folks.
Oh, I'm not ready.
That's very rude to be chewing on a live
You're the one who
podcast,
started.
by the way.
I don't have my green smoothies.
I always start early to
Check.
get some jazz going. So, what's up, Renee, today? What's up, Kelly?
He's got the jazz. Check.
Okay, check. Hello, good to
Send
go.
in your questions about parenting, y'all.
That's right.
All right.
Waiting for the feed to catch up for a minute. What's up, Lauren? Remember, we are live on Instagram right now. Duh, you're watching it.
And Facebook.
If you request to join the video, we will answer your question. You'll get to go on the show with us, and we'll send you a free workbook. You get a code for a free digital download of the workbook, right?
Seth just hit me. He wanted me to stop talking. He went like that.
Well,
That's our signal. You guys can't see it, but he goes,
I don't do that. We
don't
just
talk.
do
Don't
a light,
talk.
We do
Stop
a light
talking.
tap. So go ahead and start recording.
oh, he's mad now. Oh, no, I made him mad. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. I want to try to do an intro thing.
Well, too late. Go for it.
All right. Hello and welcome to Anatomy of Marriage Radio. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
Hello, my friends. My name is Seth Studley. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. Welcome to today's edition of Marriage Mornings and also AOM Radio, where we do 4 things every single day. We pray, we share our gratitude that we have for one another, we share an intention, and then we do questions of the day.
And we highly encourage you guys to do this together. We have done literally hundreds of these in a row, and it is the most connecting thing. It's easy, no big deal, easy peasy, and it will help your marriage 100p.
100p. It really actually does. So, all right, let's start out with prayer. Thank you, God, for your blessings. Thank you for all that you have given us. I pray that we walk in grace and love and patience today. I pray that the words that we say are helpful to our marriage and also helpful to people watching. And thank you. Amen.
Amen. That's a lovely spinal massage you're giving me.
Really?
Again, pray with your spouse. The next thing we do is our, Gratitude.
Gratitude.
So we say something that we are thankful for that our partner has done either today or yesterday, something recent that we are very thankful for. So go.
So I was reading some Tim Ferriss last night, and Tim Ferriss, he wrote 4-Hour Body, the 4-Hour Work Week, all this stuff, and Tools of Titans, which is really good. And he was talking about gratitude, and I have gotten in just a boring routine of like, oh, thank you for our property, and thank you for our house, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm getting more specific. So I'm thankful that you were working out this morning. Why? Because that is healthy for you, and what is good for you is good for the rest of the family. So it's just really little things like that. I was happy that I woke up and you were already on the floor doing yoga. So good job. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I was happy that you went yesterday. I don't know if you wanted to or didn't want to, but you went and got the meat, the pork.
Oh,
pig.
right.
I don't know how you say this. We got a quarter of a pig, and it was all butchered. I mean, like we had it done by the butcher person.
Yeah.
We've never done this before, and I'm just thankful that you went. I'm thankful that you were willing to try it out. I've never done this, and
Ooh, I just remembered I get to make it this morning, so
yeah. So I'm excited about that, but I'm also just really thankful because I would prefer to eat that way rather than to support industrial farming.
That's right. What's up, Rochelle?
#hippie.
Good to see you.
So again, talk to your partner right now about not right now, after the show, about the things that you are thankful for, the gratitudes that you have for one another. Now our intentions. This is our behavior that we want to model for the day and that we want to project with our spouse for the day, basically based off what we don't do well.
Right. So I am already jazzed this morning because I got up early at 5:30.
I got up earlier.
Yeah, you did. I made the bed. I did my 10 minutes of visualization, and I already did my 45-minute walk run. And I already did my cold shower. So I'm like killing it this morning. And it matters. It puts you in a good mood. So I intend to keep that going and keep the positivity going with you and myself and the kids.
What about for our relationship?
Keep the positivity going with you.
Gosh, people. Okay. My intention, again, is to sort of shift. I mean, I think for me it's a little bit more of a slow process, and I don't intend it to be, but shifting my desire to touch you and be kind and like know how to move in that skin to do that faster. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having a hard time actually, what's the word? Like making it real. Like,
Liking me.
No.
You don't like me.
I love you. I just don't know how to like you. No, you know what I mean, I think.
Hey ladies, if that made sense to you, throw up a like, because I'm sure it probably did, and maybe a guy doesn't understand it.
I don't have that. I didn't have that modeled in my home. My grandparents like never touched. They slept in separate bedrooms. My parents if you're watching. Just kidding.
Hey, you know what? You know what else you didn't have modeled? Working out, pushing yourself through it, but you're doing that.
I know, and
So,
that's why I'm saying, that's partially why I'm
girlfriend.
like, it's very frustrating to me that I'm so, it's like something I'm not even aware of
Did you see
until
what I
I
did
have
there?
not done. I saw.
I called you out on something.
I saw that, and
Good.
I have extreme ownership.
Good.
Thank you for calling me out. Anyway, do your prayer together, your gratitude together, and your
Right.
intentions together. And so now we are going to dive into our question of the day, which came from one of our lives a few weeks ago where somebody asked, do you have any parenting tips when you are unequally yoked with your spouse? I have so many thoughts about this question. Why
I
are you
have to
laughing?
laugh and also say this. I know that you don't like it, but I think it's so cute. So, you you said, how do you parent when
Don't
you're
make
unequally
Fun of me!
yoked?
Like an egg. I have a hard time knowing which words are which.
Y-O-L-K-E-D, yoked.
I sometimes, when I write flower on my grocery list, write the word flower, like Flower, and I'm
I
like,
know.
that looks weird.
I just think it's super cute, and I'm kind of a spelling and grammar like
You had a British
goofball
grandmother
because I had a
who
British grandmother
tutored
and
you.
I learned APA style in grad school. Well,
I
before
don't even
grad
know
school.
what that is.
American Psychological Association is how you write papers and abstracts and references and all this jazz. So I see it immediately, and it's cute. I'm not making fun of you. It's cute. It's endearing.
Can I explicitly
like it.
say how nerve-wracking it is for me to do?
I know.
I do all of our social media posts. I hate every second of it because I am dyslexic and I use the wrong spelling of my brain doesn't even see it. Here's a good story. When you turned 29, do you remember this? Your birthday cake I made you?
Yeah.
I put the candles on his birthday cake and I put the 2 backwards and I did not even see it until I'm like singing and happy birthday. I lit the cake. It was a 2 and a 9, like the ones you get for little kids. I thought it was so
Right.
funny to put 29 on his birthday cake. And the 2 was totally backwards. And my brain didn't even see it. Like, I do not see things.
Yeah.
And
it's
so,
cute. It's cute. I'm not making fun. I'm
it's
not
incredibly
demeaning.
embarrassing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. but
No,
it is-
I'm not
it is
upset.
cute. What's up, Real and Clean and Zodani? What's up, T?
Jamie,
And yeah,
what?
somebody
APA?
said.
What?
So that makes me think that you know what APA is, which is
I don't.
we're kindred spirits. Thanks.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay, so
so-
here's the question. Egg yolks. How do you parent when you are unequally yoked? And I want to talk about it's YOKED, isn't it?
Yes.
So yoke is like what you, like oxen, and it's a biblical term where people talk about like having the same nature as the person you're married to,
Right.
having the same spirit, having the same kind of like goals in life, and how else would you say that?
How about this?
For if our listeners don't know.
When an oxen is in a yoke, it's
Yeah.
like 2 things that go around them,
A
right?
yoke is an actual thing.
Yes, and if you have like a giant ox over here and a little donkey mule over here who can't pull as hard, then you're gonna like go in a circle, and that means unequally yoked. So people use it biblically all the time, but it's a really practical thing. It's like having a car and having 2 like ATV tires on this side and having 2 golf cart tires on this side. It's just, it's goofy. It doesn't work, and there's going to be problems, right? So I'm not sure what this person is asking. Maybe like is one a different religion than the other, which that can bring issues, obviously. And you can also be unequally yoked if my parenting style was just like, hey, kids are cool, they're going to figure it out, they go, kind of just very hands-off style.
Which is what my family of origin is.
Yeah, and or the other parents are very rigid, like you go to bed at this time, you have all your schoolwork done, your room is clean, all this stuff. That is going to cause problems. So for us, which I don't know, we were just the most unwise dummies ever, apparently, when we were trying to figure this stuff out. It is a real process, and I think the best advice that I could give as a therapist and just as a dad and a husband is like, slow down. Make sure that you and your partner are on the same team. Like, okay, if you want the kids to go to bed, then I am going at 9 o'clock, then I'm going to say, okay, I respect that and understand the reasons for it, and I'm going to try my best to support that, right? I'm not going to get in the way. I'm not going to sabotage it. I'm not going to derail it in certain ways. And hey, if that doesn't happen all the time, the kids don't go to bed at 9 o'clock and it's maybe 9:15, then don't be a weirdo Nazi about it. Let's just have some flexibility and create a schedule that works for everybody.
Weirdo Nazi like the guy in what is it?
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
No, but that's what I thought of in the Captain America, the Nazi with like the red face.
Oh.
He's like a skeleton face.
Yeah, I forget that
Skella face. Skullhead.
So what do you think about this
I have
topic?
loads of thoughts. First, I want to start with the idea of unequally yoked, and it says it was a question that we got, and it said like, how do you deal with parenting issues when you and your spouse are unequally yoked? So first, I want to say, we do not marry our clone, we do not marry our carbon copy, we do not marry ourselves. Unequally yoked. I get what you're trying to say, but what I'm hearing is that person's not like me. They're wrong. How do I parent when they suck? Right? And I know you probably didn't mean to say it that way, but that is kind of how I interpret it, because that's how I would have meant it if I said it. This idea of being unequally yoked and stating it in that way is so disempowering. I want to hear it said like this: how can we parent well when we have different parenting styles, not when we are unequally yoked? That's like saying when we're unequal. How do you think that resonates? When I say Seth and I are unequal, what do you think I mean?
That you're better.
Yep. Right? See what I mean? And I don't like how that feels. And if you say to your spouse, we're unequally yoked, that ain't gonna fly. It's gonna make them feel bad. So I encourage you not to say that. First, that's just what I wanted to
James
start with.
says, good observation, Mel.
I'm trying to have good observations. And so the things that came to my head with this is that parenting is a team effort. And of course, I am going to go back to apparently I was born to be a Navy SEAL, and I love all things Navy SEAL because that's all I'm reading lately, and I absolutely love it. But my good friend, my good friend, Jocko Willink, Discipline Equals Freedom. When I read this book, and I'll put a link in our notes and all of that stuff to getting this book, and I don't think this is an audio book. This is only a physical thing, but I'll put a link to this thing. So when I read Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual by Jocko Willink, all I could think the entire time was about how it applied to parenting. And how when you're in the Navy SEALs and you're in, Iraq and you're in a war and you're doing all these things, you are working with a team. What is a family?
A team.
A team, right? A family is a team. What are you and I in that team?
Co-teammates.
We're supposed to be the leaders
We're
of
the
that
team
team.
captains.
We're the captains. I'm the Major General. I don't know. All I can think of is a musical.
I know.
I am the very modern Major General. As I'm the Major General.
Right.
So I think that I want people to think in those terms. Just because you're a human and you gave birth does not mean you're a good parent, like at all whatsoever.
That's true.
At all. And so do not think that parenting comes naturally. The biological side does, giving birth does, breastfeeding does, like all of those things come naturally to us, but parenting does not. Okay? So get that out of your head. You're a bad parent. It's just, I'll say it to myself. I'm not a good parent, and I wasn't one.
Right.
But again, when I was reading this, the things that stuck out to me was, again, I was reading along and I read the words, achieve mission success. And I was like, mission success? Like, they mean a mission where you are trying to, like, snipe a person off of a building.
Right.
And you have a whole tactical strategy to sniper this person.
And to gain this piece of ground or
Yep.
to take control
a
of this
tactical
building.
advantage.
Right.
And when I read achieve mission success, a light bulb, like, blasted above
Really?
my head, and I went, mission success in our family, in our home. Mission success means a clean bedroom without fighting.
Right.
Mission success means dinner without an argument. That's mission success. So I want you to think of how military terms apply to your family. And I am not even joking. And then another thing that they talked about is having a tactically superior plan. Again, this does not sound like parenting advice, but the whole time
So
I
it
read
is
this
because
book,
so my plan is tactically superior to my 8-year-old's plan. Right. My plan of order and structure is better than her plan of throw Legos all over the place and never clean them up
and eat cake all day.
Right.
Yeah, but we don't think of things this way. We often just think we know how to parent, and that we'll kind of like stumble across it and we'll do it right eventually. That is a very terrible plan. That is not a tactically superior plan.
A tactically superior plan. So that doesn't mean have a tactically superior plan over your spouse. Sometimes that's going to be better. Like
Let me say something.
Okay, quick.
So think of it like this. In the book, Extreme Ownership, they talk about being in, like, one guy is in a tank up here on this street, and another guy is stationed on top of a building 2 streets over and can see his tank. So they had a tactically superior plan because they had 2 vantage points for the same target.
And that is called cover and move.
I knew that. But so think about this. If Seth and I are talking about being equally yoked, parenting from the same position, we're both on the same building without a tactically superior plan. We do not have move and cover, whatever you just said.
Cover and move.
Shake and
Get
bake.
it right or pay the price.
Get it right or pay the price. We don't have, we don't have that the advantage of 2 different perspectives on the same target. So use that to your advantage. Each person within the partnership has different skills. You should not want to be equally yoked in marriage too much, because that means you are lacking a skill set somewhere.
You both suck at the same thing.
Yep.
And you're both good. So you don't hire a team. You don't hire, okay, I need this one person to do this thing really well. You know what? Maybe we should duplicate that and hire another person
Who
to do
does
the
the
same
same
exact
thing really
thing
well.
really good. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, if you have... That makes sense sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you need diversity in your leadership, but you also need diversity in your leadership, but you need to have that mission success goal in your mind. What does mission success for your family, your relationship, your children look like? Make sense?
Tierney gave some claps when you talked about tactical superiority,
Tierney,
mission success.
I am reading Can't Hurt Me right now.
Yeah.
I did a 45-minute workout starting at 4:30 this morning.
You got up at 4:30?
I didn't mean to. I just did. And I was like, I could lay here or I could get my workout in. And I did. And I felt bad because I thought I woke
What's
you
up,
up.
Joy? What's up, Lorna?
Good morning.
Okay, so tactical success with the family. So what does that look like? If you feel that you are unequally yoked, which I kind of don't even like that term anymore, basically, then what can you do about it? Sit down with your partner, say, you know what? Like we talked about yesterday, my expectations for parenting are up here. Let me just ask you a couple of key questions to see if your expectations are too. Let's see where we have overlap. Somebody says, same girl, same. Let me see where they overlap. What's up, Shane? Where they overlap and areas that they do overlap. Okay, let's expound upon those. Yes, those are great. So let's go with that. And then say, you know what? I do see value in the kids going to bed at 9. Let's have a compromise. Let's talk about that. Hear my reasons why I believe that's good, and of course I'll equally hear your reasons why you think it's not good, and let's come to an agreement on that, because we can. Geez, there's so many arguments that we've had where I'm thinking, yeah, but this is right, and you say, no, this is right, and then we just kind of throw our hands up.
If you ever say this is right, replace the word right with family of origin. This is my family of origin. This is my family of origin. Because that's all you're saying. This is how I did it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But here's the thing I want to really focus on as we talk about this idea of mission success and having a strategy, being leaders within a marriage, because the thing that we get wrong about this is that we let our feelings get in the way. I get all upset because Seth does something different than me. Who cares? Who cares that he does something, that he has the inclination to do something different? But if we start with what our mission success looks like for our home, for our kids, then we create a strategy to get that tactical superior plan, and then we can work together with our strengths. Make sense? So I want to talk about, gotta turn these notifications
Somebody
off.
says, oh man, dealing with a 19-year-old college student at home now, trying to figure out how to lay down some rules. Yeah.
Burn.
What are your rules?
So here's
how can they respect those rules and you have good boundaries?
Yeah, so here's a very simple, I'm going to do maybe 2 very strategic things that we have started doing. And I will tell you, 2 days ago and yesterday were the best parenting days we have ever had because of the things that we've been implementing. And they are very militant in nature. They are very hardline boundary things, but they are intentional and they're working. They're not punishment either. We don't make our kids do crazy stuff. But one of the things that I started doing, I have posted about this, I'll post more, is that, and this works with any age of people as long as they're willing to do it. Obviously, the younger you start, the better, because then it won't seem weird when they're 19. But we talk about our intentions we do what we call our pigs every morning. prayer, intention, gratitude, and goals with the kids. We also are learning about kindness because my kids were craps in April, and I said, all right, May is kindness month, as I call them, craps. But so we do a prayer. One of them leads us in prayer. Our intention is what I'm going to focus on right now. So we do our intention, which is it's our behavior that we want to model that day based on how we didn't do well yesterday. And so it is for our children right now. They are 12, 11, and 7, or 8. 12, 11, and 8. So our 12-year-old's behavior, that his intentions that he wants to model are he wants to be a first listener, meaning if I tell him get up off the floor, he does it right away. So he writes that on a piece of paper lengthwise, and it will say be a first listener. And then if he wants to, he can draw on it, but he cuts it out and he puts it on like a bracelet. You heard what I said.
A reminder bracelet.
A reminder bracelet. The second kid, he struggles with being negative, and so his says I want, or something like stay positive, get it done before the fun kind of vibe. Cuts it out, puts it on his wrist like a bracelet. Same thing with the 8-year-old. Same thing with mom. Okay? Mom has one. I have one. And mine, the first day I made mine, well, yesterday it said keep calm and carry on.
I don't need one.
The day before it said do not shout at the kids, have joy and be determined. And I cut it out and put it on my wrist like a bracelet. Okay? So setting your intention for the day in a group setting like that does a couple of things. It helps you stay accountable to the people that you're with, right? It has a reminder on your actual arm that's irritating on purpose, so you remember to look at it, right? And let's see, do you have suggestions for doing this with a 4-year-old? Yeah, do the same thing. Get a little bracelet. And I would say on Amazon, there are these little, like, concert bracelets that stick to whatever. I'm going to buy like 200 of them. They're $8.
Yeah.
I suggest doing that. Write a special word on there for your kiddo. If a 4-year-old, you can write a word, have them color on it or whatever.
Yeah,
no big deal.
Have it be very developmentally appropriate.
For their age.
So just write one word, love. Hey, the definition of love is this, and you just write love on the kid's bracelet thing.
Yeah, and it's a great way for reading. I mean, goodness gracious. They will see the same word for
you can do a
forever.
whole lesson about it.
Yeah.
What's up, Lil Mike, Alicia, Rails Joy, Laura?
So that is my first strategy for simply parenting. I mean, it's been, what's going on here? Poor connection.
All right,
Hopefully okay. So then the second thing, this was another thing I read I listened to when it was in Extreme Ownership, and I was listening to it in the bathroom, and he said decentralized command, and my brain went decentralized command, like, oh my gosh, my kids need to know exactly what is expected of them, like a military soldier knows what's expected of them when they go into battle. And I wrote it on my mirror in giant, like, dry erase pen, and I realized decentralized command means I cannot be the only person telling them what to do every day, every minute of every day, right? Neither can Seth, and that's how we were doing it.
You have to know that people, in the military thing, people below you know what to do, know what mission success looks like. They know the rules, they know what is allowed, they know what is expected. So, and that's just good parenting as well, because we don't want to be on our kids all the time. Hey, do this, do this.
Yeah.
And we've done that before, and it sucks.
Most of our
because
parents
it drives us crazy. And guess what? The more that we tell them to do their chores, the more we get ignored. That's a Pedro the Lion line. And it's a great line. The more we tell them to do their chores, the more we get ignored, right?
Yeah.
So we have to set those expectations and decentralize command so they can kind of police each other. Hey, pick up your things. That's not what mom... Yeah. That's not what we do, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and so for me, when I talked about the idea of decentralizing command...
What's up, Marriage Podcast?
Will you hold my microphone here so I can...
Sure.
So, again, I've shown you these before. I'm going to show them to you again. This is how... You are a turd. This is how I decentralized command. So I wanted my house to be clean without having to tell the children every single thing. So I went around and I cleaned our entire home. This is our bathroom. I'm holding up photos for people who are just listening to this. That's our dog, Doug. But this is what our clean bathroom looks like. I give this printed off photo. Each kid gets a set of 3 every day. That is their chore. It's never the same 3. And it is sitting on this little IKEA stand that I got for $5 at IKEA. I don't know why. I just thought it was cute. Shout out to IKEA in Renton. And that is where they stay. All of our printed out pictures stay on the IKEA stand on a table right in our living room. And so, this is what the clean desk looks like. Our kids have to figure out, how do I do that? And the dog is in every picture because it's so cute. and this is a clean bedroom, right? I have expectations, and now I have decentralized my command.
That's right.
I have told the children their expectation is this, match this photo for cleanliness, match it for everything being put away, and now I don't have to point at the dirty socks on the floor because they're not in the picture.
That's right.
And the kids go, oh, the dirty socks aren't in the picture, and I'm going to put it there.
And that doesn't take up your brain space, so you can think
No.
about other higher level things. Marriage podcast, what's up? That says that is showing them what right looks like. So smart.
yeah.
This is golden. Marriage podcast. You guys go check them out.
Doug is so cute. Jamie says, yeah, I know. Doug is like unbelievably cute. He's the best dog.
Lorna says that is a great idea. Marriage podcast. Setting expectations to manage frustration.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's good. What's up, Lush Renee? Hello from Georgia. Hey, in
Sunny
Georgia,
there.
in Atlanta, July 2020.
Love Hour Conference.
We're going to be at the Love Hour Conference. Kev on stage, Miss Kev on stage, and a million other people.
I am saving my money for
Oh.
some clothes for that. I cannot wait.
We're about to be flashy.
Yes, so setting them up for success is the key for all of this. But again, I go back to this idea of you cannot do this kind of stuff. You cannot create photos and have a strategic plan if you and your partner are not on the same board. What am I trying
Hold
to say?
up. Bless Renee says, cannot wait for July. Ooh, you're going? Come say what's up. Hello from Italy. What's up, Amy from Italy? That's
Buongiorno.
awesome.
How do you say hello? Is
Buongiorno.
that Italian?
I think that's
is that
That's
a
a
pasta
pizza.
brand?
That's DiGiorno.
I know I feel like a jerk. Hello. But so you have to be on the same page about what your mission success looks like for your family.
Brava.
And I did the right thing. Brava. So listen to me when I say this. Get your emotions uninvolved. Parenting is not an emotional thing. It can
Well, it is
be
when
if
it
you
comes to love and kindness.
Yes,
and
but
that's-
the practical day-to-day of parenting should not be full of emotions. You will set yourself up for failure if you have attached emotions to the dishes. You will set yourself up for failure if you have attached emotions to dirty shoes being piled by the door. Y'all, I only know this because I was doing it until about a month ago. And I am not kidding. This is when I made these pictures. This is when I said, we're having family rules. We're doing bracelets every day. We have to make this a daily practice to get it right so that our kids don't make us get divorced.
Right. The kids can do that. Marriage podcast on page and on purpose. Same page,
I
same
love
purpose.
it.
Oh, that's good.
We need to have you on the show.
Big
time.
Jamie says, setting them up for success. When Melanie and I worked at Starbucks about 1 million years ago, there was this thing.
I worked there first.
Oh my gosh. You got fired first too. Oh, sick!
That's a funny story. Keep
That
on.
is a funny story. I got both of us fired. Anyway, we were making out in the lunchroom.
No, we
I'm just
weren't.
kidding.
Keep on.
What was I saying? Oh, we before our shift ended, we had this thing. Hey, did you set your next shift up for success? Did you set the person up for success? And that's a really good thing, right? So if we can think about, hey, how can we set our kids up for success? How can I set Melanie up for success? And that is literal a thing on my daily thing. How can I set the kids and Melanie up for success before I leave the house? Make her life easier, contribute to the overall betterness of our family, and do that. That's something I can do.
Yeah,
right?
and I'll tell you, one of the ways that you can set your partner up for success is get out of your head that you should have emotions attached to dirty dishes. That is not helpful. It is setting everyone up for failure. If you see dirty dishes and then it turns into a weapon that you point at your children, nobody loves me, I do all this work, blah, 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 right? And one of the things that I had to start doing, I want a clean home. I don't even care what Seth wants about that. And hear me out for a minute here. I'm not making him do the dishes anymore like I used to because I am the one who said I wanted a clean home. Extreme ownership.
That's right.
I'm talking about what I want right now. I want tidied shoes in the laundry room. He doesn't care. He would live in a pigsty if he wanted,
so true.
right? So take ownership of what you want and then systematize it if it matters that much to you. But do not weaponize it. Do not make it be emotional. Do not let it tear apart your relationship. That is not what it is about.
That's right. So, okay, we got to wrap up here. I want to take some questions. We need the story of how you got fired. That would be a hilarious video for us to make, like to recreate it and stuff. That would be funny. But yeah, we need to tell that someday. Any advice on dealing with toddlers or any book on recommendations? Yes, we do. What is that Dan Siegel book with kids?
Parenting from the Inside. He has several. Look up Dr. Dan Siegel of the Mindsight Institute in Santa Monica, California. I have a crush on him. He has several parenting books. One is Parenting from the Inside Out. He does, I think, I'll find links.
So
and try to
Parenting from
them.
the Inside Out, Dr. Dan Siegel, and here's a good promo, I guess. If you want a free audiobook, go to AmazonTrial.com/anatomy of marriage to get that you can go get that free audiobook on us right now.
I'll put links too.
AmazonTrial.com/anatomy of marriage to get that book absolutely free. So you're so right. I have a 17, 15, and 11-year-old, and they will push you to emotional reactions. Girl.
And let me say,
are you kidding? I probably have lost my mind more dealing with kids than I have with anything else.
But listen
ever.
to what I heard this. Quit scrolling through. I heard this analogy once recently where someone was talking about when you get on a roller coaster, one that goes upside down and flips all over. What's the very first thing that you do when you sit in that seat and they put the thing down? What do?
You grab onto it.
No, you push against it to make sure it's not going anywhere. Your children are pushing against you to make sure you're not going anywhere.
That is good.
Hear what I just said. They are pushing against you not because they want to break you. They want to know that they are safe with you, okay? And I know that's tricky, but here's another amazing thing about doing the intention bracelets that we do. This is so shocking. So my intention bracelet literally is almost every day it's don't shout at the kids, because I will get mad and I will shout it. I don't yell in their faces. Sometimes I do. But I try not to. It is not my intention to do that. So it's on my bracelet. The kids know it. I talk about my intention for that day. When I start to get, when I start to raise my voice, our middle son goes, Mom, Mom, Mom. And he'll put his hand on my shoulder and he'll say, remember your bracelet, Mom. And like sometimes I'll be on the phone and I'll be talking about something and I'm fired up. I'm not mad. And he'll be like, you're doing a good job. And he'll thumbs up.
That's awesome.
And it is bringing in something that I never could have anticipated in accountability from my child. So it's really an awesome thing that is going on. And
because you're teaching that. I don't think husbands care about cleanliness.
I don't think they do either.
Crap face laugh. No,
it says my husband's a clean freak and a germaphobe.
So much to the point, this irritating.
Actually, my best friend's husband is like that too. Yeah. Like super, super clean.
No, I like clean. I like order, but just
he's just not going to do it.
Some things don't matter to me. I don't pay attention to it.
And it used to make me mad, but not anymore.
All right, so you guys, thank you so much for adding to the conversation. We absolutely love it. It is one of our favorite things when we talk to folks and have real talks, right? With people. Great advice. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
One thing I want to say is please share out the show. Please, if you have found this helpful, do not keep it from people who need it, right? You know what I mean? People are embarrassed to look out for this stuff. So if you can figure out a way to share this video or when our podcast drops, share it in your feeds and say, you guys, this is helpful marriage advice, this is helpful parenting advice. That helps us more than anything you could possibly do. I mean, it's hard to explain because people don't care what we say about our own show, but they care what you say about our show. That's right. Also, just a shout out to Ask the Martins. I think that our show and their show drops today. I saw it on Instagram. So you guys go check out the Martins. Takara, she's awesome. Ask the Martins podcast. It's good. I think it's the Soul Ties podcast. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah. So Jamie says, you're so attentive to us. You guys know I've been with you for a long time. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much. Let's see. Nat Grace, thumbs up. Share. That's right. Thank you. Good advice. Sharing all over. Right. Yay. So we do the podcast for free. The only fee that we have, just like Andy Frisilla says, share the podcast. If you find this helpful, if you find it valuable, if you think your friends or family or a girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever. Cousins, aunties, uncles. That's right. Grandma. Call your mama. Everybody. Just share the show. All right? Boom, share it. People can listen to it or not. That's fine. So we love you guys. Thank you. We do this Monday through Friday. And let's see. What else is going on? Oh, go to Amazon. What are you talking about? Are you losing it? Audible trial. I think I said Amazon trial before. I don't know. Dang it, sorry. If you want a free audiobook, please visit audibletrial.com/anatomy of marriage. That's right. You will get a free audiobook on us. I will also be linking links to the Jocko Willink book, to the, what is his name? David Goggins book on our Facebook and our Instagram. And if you're not following us on Facebook and Instagram, start. It's just Anatomy of Marriage. They probably are if they're watching, but people are listening to,
Okay,
my dear.
that's right.
All right, we love
Okay.
you guys. Have an amazing day. Send in your questions to hello@anatomyofmarriage.com or ask them live in the show, and we will see you tomorrow.
That's right.
All
Peace
right,
out.
Bye.
Bye.
The
Thanks, guys.
podcast is over, and I'm gonna dance. I'm Tina Turner, right? Ready?
Okay.
Is this?
Oh, goodness.
There we go. There we go.
All right.